Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Land Down Under the Hangout. This month we are doing The Runaways as our comic of the month. This is mostly for Sarah, so thank you, Sarah. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy our talk. So we'll start off with a bit of an overview of what we thought. You can go first, Karina.
Thanks.
Throw you under the bus.
Thanks. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I feel like we got a good introduction to all of the characters. I'm definitely because we have this ridiculous bind up that is the first 3 volumes in one.
Yeah.
It was very hard to sort of.
So that's volume 1. That's volume 2, and then the back is volume 3.
And so it was very tempting to just keep going, and I feel like that's a pretty good sign. Like, I wanted to keep reading. A+.
Kim, would you like to go next?
Me too. I really enjoyed it. It's very fast-paced and action-packed, and yes, good thing I didn't have it because I probably would have wanted to read the second and third one too. When I guess.
Hi, Kirsten.
Everyone says hello.
Hello, everyone.
So yeah, it was great. I loved it.
Matt, what about you?
I was going to say that means it's my turn, doesn't it? Yeah, I liked it. I was so I guess I have some familiarity with some of the Runaways characters from other Marvel media, specifically games and some other comics. So I sort of knew who most of them were, although there are some that I some of the characters I wasn't familiar with. So I think for me, because I knew a bit about them and sort of like what they could do and everything, it went a little bit slower for me this one because I was just like waiting for them to get to the point where they could start doing their stuff. Particularly Molly, because she's like this awesome little bruiser powerhouse thing. I'm just like, oh, it only happens like right at the end of the first volume. So I've been waiting all this time for her to start punching shit. And it only happens right at the end. So for me, it was a little slower than I would have liked. But I have to bear in mind that this is the start of the series. And so they're obviously building it up for people who haven't got that sort of familiarity with the characters. But I really like the story. As you say, like the characters are all pretty cool and they're all got their quirks and everything. I'll definitely read some more. I think the only thing I wasn't super plussed on was the art. It wasn't quite my cup of tea. But that'll probably change as they get different artists rotating through the book. But otherwise, yeah, I still quite enjoyed it.
I'm very much the same as Karina and Kim. I very much enjoyed it.
This is why we need.
I actually quite liked.
Yeah.
I actually quite like the art style. I can see where you're coming from. If I had known the characters pre-reading it, I would have found it very slow. But I did find that they did develop the characters very quickly. Like it wasn't like a slog to get to a point of where I was starting to see people with powers. Like it didn't feel like I was waiting for forever kind of thing. Like, yeah, it was like a good halfway through before we got
something.
I suppose it was it was less than halfway through before we got the sort of time traveling parents that got a Velociraptor.
But I feel like the development of characters is interspersed with the actual plot enough that it paces really well.
Yeah, and like I really want to read the next volume and sort of see where the characters have gone. Myself off from actually reading volume 3 because I don't want to spoil people when I do.
I don't know if we're all happy to read 2 and 3.
I mean, do you guys I know Kim's getting the complete volume 1, which will mean she'll have volume 2 and 3. Matt, do you have volume 2 and 3?
So
do we want to just would we like to read volume 2 and 3 for next month?
I'm happy to. I'm just going to check because I bought mine on Comixology, so I'm just going to see if they have anything on special at the moment because I bought it when it was like $4 or something, which was pretty good.
Nice.
Very nice.
But I'm still keen. I'm still keen.
Cool. It's I just figured since I know Karina and I will obviously have it, and Kim said that she's just ordered it from the library, so she'll have it. And I feel like by the end of Volume 3, we should have a really
quite a bit
good
to talk about.
rounding of what's going on with the patients. God damn it! I've worked too long in healthcare. In the characters. I really like Nikki. Is that her name? The little goth one.
Nico Minoru.
Nico, yes.
Yeah.
And like she gets stabbed in the chest, and then and then it's just so cool. Like her power seems really cool.
Yeah, it was interesting reading this and like because I knew the characters as essentially like they've got their powers and sort of like going and doing their stuff. What I didn't really know is how they came to get them, kind of thing. Apart from Molly being a mutant, and that was interesting kind of thing to see how she got that. But yeah, she can do a whole lot more stuff.
So, which of the characters have you seen like in games?
So the ones I'm familiar with are Chase, Nico, Carolina, or Carolina. I always say Carolina. Molly, and who else?
You've only got 2 more characters.
Someone who, well, see, I don't know. I'm not going to say stuff because assuming that where the storylines that I know are in this book, then it'll be spoilery. But there's another runaway who hasn't shown up in this series yet that I'm familiar with. And 2 in this book that I wasn't familiar with. So I don't know if that bodes well for them, but we'll see. And something else that happens, but I won't spoil that either.
No, that's okay.
I think by the time Volume 3 comes out, I'll be able to talk about that. Or by the time we read it.
Yeah, I feel like by the time we get to Volume 3, we should have a good... Like, we should have a bit more like stuff to say about the characters. Like I feel like because they've only like just gotten their powers, like there's not a lot to say because they haven't really explored what they can do yet.
Yeah.
Although I would be interested to see what what's his name can do.
I keep forgetting his name.
Alex.
Alex, yeah.
Yeah, that he's one of the ones. He and Gert, are the 2 that I don't know. So, not real familiar with them. So yeah, I don't know what Alex can do.
I feel like a girl with a velociraptor showing up in other comics is a little bit random, maybe. Like, she's probably a little bit more difficult to slot into other things.
And if her power is the same as her parents, then I guess she's got a lot of places she can go that you may not, hopefully, that you may not have seen her because she's in some other, somewhere. She could be pretty much anywhere.
We didn't really see what his parents could do either. Like, they sort of... His dad
kind of came
him.
across as mob bosses or something.
Yeah, like they came across as sort of mob bossy type things. Like it didn't really come across that they sort of had a power as such.
Yeah.
No, I don't think the Steins actually have a superpower, but they use advanced technology.
Well, he does seem very like computer literate.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's like he's very techie. And that might be why you never see him. Like if he's a...
Oh, sorry, you're talking about Alex still. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex.
Sorry.
The black kid.
Yeah. I was thinking of Chase. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said he was like his dad called him like a prodigy in strategy. Like he's got an amazing mind.
Yeah.
At the back of the bind-up thing, Doodad, there's like a expanded proposal by Brian K. Vaughan that goes into like a little plan for each of the characters and each of the issues.
Oh yeah.
And it like specifically says of him, though he has no powers, Wilder is a brilliant young strategist with a passion for directors like Hitchcock and online games like EverQuest.
He's almost sounds like the guy who like sits in the control room and directs everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do this.
He seems very Nick Fury.
Mm.
But yes, I feel like we don't have a lot to talk about because we all really liked it.
Yeah.
And because it's early days.
And because it's still volume 1 and it's still very like just the story is just started kind of thing.
I'm just looking. I think the original run, which this is the series we're reading, the original Runaways, which was 2003 to 2004. Oh, someone's got a lightsaber.
Sorry.
I think it actually only runs for the 3 volumes or that one collected volume. I don't know that there was another Runaways series
Looking
until
on
more recently.
Goodreads, there's
Because they brought the book back in this year actually.
Yeah, because at the back of it, again, there's a letter from Joss Whedon that says, Team Runaways, last issue? What do you mean last issue? What the hell does that mean? Did you type it wrong? Were you thinking of something else? Maybe like Submariner or the Smurfs? How can there be a last issue when the story is obviously going to continue for years? You're some kind of wrong person. Have it looked into. Your fan, Joss Whedon.
Let me just grab volume 2 quickly and see what it says, like if it has anything in the back about... Just a second. Just...
You want to look at all the details in the back of that one.
Yeah, then it says something like they
publishing date is.
it says blah 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 about Joss.
Okay, here we go.
Thanks to the vocal support of our loyal readers like you and Joss, I am thrilled to announce that this is not the last issue of Runaways. Our kids are going on a well-deserved vacation for a few short months, but the entire creative team will be bringing them back in early 2005 for Runaways number 1.
So the first, volume 1 is those 3 like collected ones, which should total 18 issues all up.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
I just think I read a spoiler.
Give me this.
No, I want to see when it was. It was on the back.
Oh.
Oh well, that's a bad place to put a spoiler on the back.
Yeah,
it sounds like they must have had that issue and didn't know whether they'd be able to do any more. And obviously, by the time they finished, it didn't look like they could. But obviously, things changed after that.
Yeah, I just read a spoiler looking on the Wikipedia page.
I did that the other day looking at one of the Sarah J. Maas books. I picked it up and I was like, oh, what are you? And realized that it's like a side story for one of the characters. And I went, whoops.
Shouldn't have read that.
Yeah,
Thankfully,
the back of this one, which is like the complete collection, volume 2, there's a spoiler on the back, like in bold.
Oh.
In bold. That doesn't help.
In bold. It's like the title of the little synopsis on the back. Like,
got it. Don't flip it over.
Don't flip it over. But you know how on the back there's a little bold bit and then a little synopsis-y bit? This bold bit is a spoiler.
Oh, right.
The cover for this one's so much cooler than the cover for that one. This is volume 1.
Yep. It's like here's some superhero kids.
Volume 2.
Yeah. And this is volume 2. It's much nicer.
Dramatic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I blocked it for you.
Thank you.
The thing I read at least was something that I half knew, half guessed, so it wasn't too bad.
You know, in volume 8, Joss Whedon actually wrote that one.
Yep, that's what I was looking at. That's why I said we have to keep reading till at least volume 8.
So once we return these 2 to the library, I'll order the next complete volume, which will have volume 8 in it. But at least this is 6 books to add to Goodreads. Yay!
That's the idea. Because I am not getting my reading challenge this year.
Are you going to do them as individual issues?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
as volumes.
I'll do it as
No,
issues,
not
and then you get
not
even more
issues.
books.
Sorry, as single volumes. Sorry, that's what I meant. Like the first one will be volume 1, 2, 3, and then the second one will be volumes 4, 5, and 6. I feel like issues is cheating just a little bit. Volumes is
Super
not.
cheating. An issue takes like 10 minutes.
Done.
Could do basically your
Yeah,
entire
add another
in a
one.
day if you tried.
Yeah, kind of. What did I say? Was that like 24 or something? I could get
I'm
the
at
other.
22 or 52.
Yeah. I could get the rest of them in that time if I did issues.
Yeah.
Oh, so and actually that reminds me. Unless we have more to say, I may cut this short so that Sarah doesn't have to watch us ramble for another
I do
half
have to
hour
say,
to an hour.
I
I
don't know.
thought
She
I'd
hasn't been here in a while. She might like the ramble.
I thought I'd like this
Enjoy the
because
ramble,
I
then.
like so much the Brian K. Vaughan. Well, I love. I didn't read all of Why the Last Man, but I enjoyed what I read. I like got to a certain point. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not interested anymore. But love Saga. Love this as well. And I think there's a couple of other things I've read by him, and I'm like, I really like those as well.
That was a big attraction point for it as well for me. Was just like, oh yeah, it's Brian K. Vaughan. That should be good.
Same.
So.
Does the library have Saga yet?
I haven't checked. I'll have to have a look. So first, let me just add a new event for next month.
Oh, that's it. There's one I got. It was like they did it online, so it was an online digital comic, and it was pay what you want, called The Private
Oh, I know
Eye.
that one.
Like that.
Yeah, I didn't get it yet.
Yeah, that was really good. I haven't read the next one that they did, but I read like the first issue or first volume of that, and that was really good as well.
So we want Sunday the 15th.
Oh,
He's done so
October.
much. I've got like over 18 pages of stuff just trying to look through it. Going, what else has he done?
I think I got the first volume of Paper Girls because I got it cheap off Comixology, but I haven't read that yet either. But it looked interesting.
Yeah. The reason it's so long is because every issue is listed as well.
Here's all his stuff. There's a lot.
Images. What can I use as a header?
Boy, Kirsten's been doing some reading.
Has she been putting stuff up there?
She rated The Stone Sky and A Closed and Common Orbit, which are like our next 2 books.
Oh yeah, so she read Stone Sky. That took a couple of weeks at least, but she read Close to Common Orbit in like what 3 days, 4 days? Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Oh, that's good to know.
That bodes well.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Stone Sky done during school holidays because otherwise I'm not going to read it. Good to know about Closed and Common Orbit because I really want to read it as well.
Yeah, even for me, I read it in like a week, which is fast for me. So.
Okay, good.
Oh, hey, Brian K. Vaughan, funny enough, Brian K. Vaughan has written some of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer graphic novels.
Yeah, that's where I originally knew the name.
Ah. Yep. A couple of X-Men things.
Kitten.
And several episodes of Lost, apparently, as well.
Huh. Gets around. Well, a lot of stuff.
My emo cat is sitting out there crying because he can't go outside. No!
9 o'clock at night.
No!
Not going out.
Like, no, you can't go outside. It's 9 o'clock at night.
Did everyone kind of pick really quickly that the parents were going to be bad?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really that long for you to sort of think about it anyway.
Figure it out, yeah.
But they were like, and they go into the library and lock themselves in to talk about charity stuff.
Fundraising, yeah.
I'm like, they don't lock themselves in. They're evil. Definitely evil.
Yeah.
100%. Two and three. So I'm just creating our next comic thing.
Cool.
Lots of mystique. Ex Machina.
So after we've done Runaways, does anyone have a preference of what we do next?
No, not really.
I think, are you still working off the stuff that didn't get picked previously list?
I believe
We can be.
Yeah, most of the stuff on there I was pretty happy with. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's really anything that I didn't want to read. So it should be
Well,
good.
that's good.
What? Ah,
Oh, you think we stop talking about it now? I'm like, we've gone a bit quiet.
I think it's all stopped.
Possibly.
When
Just
does
trying to
daylight
think if there's
savings
anything
start?
else.
Person that lives in daylight savings.
Soon.
It'd be like start of October, wouldn't it?
Yeah, generally. Saving.
Gee, you know what would be really convenient?
If
Everyone
lives
lived
the
in Queensland.
Yeah, Sunday, 1st of October. So the first day, first Sunday, which is the
My
1st of
mum's
October.
birthday.
holiday for us,
Yep.
because Queenslanders has to be different.
You've got too much sunshine up
Hey,
there.
it
That's
means
the
I get
problem.
an extra day off.
Definitely too much sunshine at the moment. It's too early in the year for it to be this hot.
Yeah, it is actually.
Thanks, guys. But now I need to add a picture to it because it wouldn't let me add one from my phone. Piece of poop.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah. Nope, that's not what I
What have
wanted.
we got? We've got going.
Oh, okay. So the one thing I hope that they don't do is have them like become too good with their powers too quickly. Like not have that sort of breaking in period and just be like super awesome straight away.
Agreed.
They gotta have some failures and getting used to it.
Yeah,
first.
even her like shooting the power from her fingers straight away, I was like,
Just think
seemed
about
a little
it.
easy.
But at least she crash landed
Yeah.
when she tried to fly. I did think, oh, that's a little bit convenient, but everything else was sort of, yeah. I did think it was kind of creepy how the dinosaur was following her, though. Go through.
How did it
I'm
get
like-
out?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm like, well, it must be very smart.
Open door handles. Is
Yeah,
there even
old
a
lace.
handle on
Of
that side of the
course,
door?
yes.
Maybe there is.
Have we not learned anything from Jurassic Park?
Old Lace is pretty smart. I think she's actually been enhanced.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she was like created, so she'd
Yeah.
have to be pretty smart. If they were going to make her, they may as well make her smart.
Nice panel.
Last thing you want is a dumb killing machine.
Dumb killing machine.
Who said baby?
To what?
What?
One maybe.
Who said maybe? I see
Oh.
0 maybe.
Oh, the new girl that hasn't come to anything.
Right.
Hopefully she'll come. I really want her to come. Like, I'd like her to
Yeah.
join us.
Hmm.
I feel like maybe we're a little bit scary, like, to join. Because I feel like
I feel like we
Scary.
might have to
No, we're,
look it up
scary.
at one point.
We're not scary, we promise. We won't
I
eat you.
actually,
we're not scary. I
kind
swear
of,
it.
I found that a little bit to start when there was sort of that transition from VF to LDUH, because I got to say all the letters. Coming into it and going like, oh, I've only been to a few VFs, and there's a lot of in jokes and references that I'm not getting here. So I can see why
I'd never
why it might.
I'd never been
Feel
to
that way.
BF before. Like, I'd lurked and watched and stuff. And I was, like, very, very, very nervous about joining. And my first hangout was Neverwhere.
Oh, yeah.
And I was watching everyone do their... Like, I wasn't planning on coming. I'd read the book and I wasn't going to go. And I watched everyone doing their, like, first impressions of it and everything. And I, like, vehemently disagreed with everything everyone was saying. And I was like, I guess I'm joining this hangout now.
Have you ever?
But yeah,
have you
it's
ever?
like a huge hurdle to jump over the first time.
Yeah. Have you disagreed with anything else that much since?
I feel
So it
like
sounds
I
like it was
probably
pretty
liked
special.
Nimona more than everybody else did, but I didn't get to go to the Nimona hangout. I had something on that night.
Still haven't read that.
Because
It's on my
Mel
wish list.
drove up through Wodonga the following day or like 2 days later, and she was telling me about how everyone felt about it. And she said to me, I wish that you had been there. And I was like, oh, that's not good.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember what else we've read.
Let's go back
But
through.
no, Neverwhere is definitely the standout for the ones that I definitely didn't like. No, not didn't like. I feel like it's very overrated.
I don't think I read it, and I didn't see the show either.
We all hated Faith.
Hate's a strong word.
Faith? Oh, yeah, Faith. Yeah, Faith.
I feel like Sex Criminals was a bit divisive.
Yeah.
I didn't not like it, but I also know I could see why people didn't like it.
You guys didn't really like Lamb.
No, I tried.
I
I
didn't
really
get time
did.
to read that.
Assassin's Apprentice
Over
was
and
very
over.
divisive.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, everyone who doesn't like it is
Like, I
wrong.
feel like people either loved or hated it.
I feel like Assassin's Apprentice because, like, I read it the first time when I was a lot younger, so I feel like it has a lot of of my like teenage years feelings with it. So I'm like, no, you can't hate this book that I love so much from my childhood.
Mm.
I was trying to remember what my review
Childhood.
of it was, and I actually wrote a review, and the first line of my review is, I have never been so totally indifferent to something in my entire life. I neither hated nor loved anything or anyone in this book. I neither looked forward to or loathed having to read it. It is the definition of average. I could
Okay.
continue with this series or not, and it would have zero bearing on the rest of my life.
I'm just
So-
glad Kirsten's not here in this hangout right now.
I know. I feel really bad.
What are you talking about? Me
So
Oh, not Nimona, Rat Queens, because Rat Queens was read for the same hangout as Nimona, and I did not like Rat Queens at all, and everyone else loved it.
I didn't even write that one. I didn't write. Did I write either?
So
Or maybe
for
I have
November,
different
we
ones.
have the choices of I Hate Fairyland, Bitch Planet, Madame Mirage, Mind the Gap, Empowered, The Beauty, White Sand, and Pretty Deadly.
I've read 2 of those.
Pretty deadly.
Pretty Deadly.
I'm pretty
I've read.
sure I've got the first 2, and I may have Pretty Deadly as well. Waiting to
Bitch
be
Planet
read.
I've
Okay,
read.
well that seems like a consensus for Pretty Deadly for November. So
Are we just doing the first volume? Because there was a big delay between the first one and the second volume. And I think they're almost like standalone-ish kind of stories. So we're just going to do the first one?
yeah, we'll just do the first one and see how
Yeah,
we feel
cool.
about it. Because if we don't enjoy it, then there's no point doing volume 2.
Cool. I'll be interested to see what people's thoughts are on this one, because I have read that one. So
There we go. I'll need to download that. Pretty Deadly.
Ooh, that's
Does that mean
pretty.
you also need to come up with some casual hangouts?
Yep. Do you want some puns? You want to make some puns for me?
uh-oh.
Make it punny? Ooh, that's a good one.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. They laugh.
That's a brilliant one.
See? See, Karina doesn't appreciate how funny I am sometimes. Like, I know she's pulling faces behind me. I can feel it.
Now she is. What have I got in my comics? Platform. Ebook. Oh, I've got the beauty too. Was the beauty one of them?
Yes, the beauty is one of our options.
Oh, actually, I don't know if that's a full comic or it's just an issue.
Don't know that one. I'm looking it up now.
It's easier for me to make the actual event on my phone and then just add a header rather than try and make it on my laptop.
I've got issue 1 of the beauty. Beauty birthright. I don't know what that is.
I'm just hoping I can get volume 1 of Pretty Deadly from the library if I don't already have it.
Descender, Drifter, East or West. Yep, I hate. There's my I Hate Fairyland.
What are you going to do about the 29th?
Huh?
Your PAX.
Are you trying to make a PAX-related pun, or...?
No, I'm going to be away
she's not
at
here.
PAX. I won't be here.
Loser.
So you guys will have to, like, go on without me.
Oh.
You mean sit at home calling your names?
Basically.
Well, I've got issue 1 of Paper Girls. So much here. I forget that it's even here.
I bought a bunch. I think it was like, I don't know if it was a Humble thing or if it was just
I bought a Humble
Comixology had a
bundle and
really
I've got a bunch of
one issues
stuff.
of everything. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple of just random issues they threw in. I'm like, I don't know if I ever read them, but
yeah.
Like most of them are volumes, but there's issues thrown in there. Issues were probably like the cheap, like level 1 tier, I imagine.
No, I don't want to create an event. I want to look at the events. There we go. Sorry. Talking to myself.
The thing that really confuses me is when you're trying to work out if something's an issue or a volume, and they've got the same picture on the volume as they do on the issue, and I'm like, can you change the picture? Like, it looks identical. Make it look a little bit different.
Oh, shit, Xander's gonna crap his pants.
I know.
Why is he going to crap his pants?
There's they're bringing Cars, as in the Disney Pixar Cars, a thing to our local shopping centre.
Oh.
So they've got a giant
Your son is going to crap his pants.
life-size Mac and Lightning McQueen, and they've got rides and slides, and he's gonna just go nuts.
Too bad it's going to be 37 freaking degrees.
27th September to 1st October.
Yeah, so not tomorrow when we're actually going to be there.
Oh.
Yeah, so 26 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So in other words, don't tell him. He'll never have to know.
Exactly.
I couldn't do
Unless, of course, they've got advertising up. God, I hope there's no advertising up.
We don't have to tell him in advance. It can just be like, okay, we're going to the shops now. Oh,
Surprise!
look who's here. Amazing.
It's amazing. So yeah, I need to think of a pun one for
It's a Punderful Life.
Oh,
Wonderful Life. Really? That's
Done.
what you've got? Sorry.
come on, that's not bad.
Sorry.
See if I help you ever again.
I feel like I'm going to get murdered in my sleep.
I'm not sleeping here tonight.
Didn't say that you were sleeping here tonight. I said I feel like I'm going to get murdered in my sleep.
Well, it won't be tonight, but it might be tomorrow because I'm sleeping here tomorrow.
Because, yay, on Wednesday I have an RDO. Yeah.
I mean, I would sleep here anyway. It's Tuesday.
I know, but on Wednesday I have an RDO.
Oh, I'm so happy. Next Monday's public holiday. I wish it was actually this Monday.
Yay.
You can
So I
call
could
it It's a
recover
Wonderful
more,
Life
but-
and then put a picture of James Stewart. Or an angel. Every time a bell
yeah.
rings, an angel gets
Yeah.
its wings. Nothing? No? Should know.
It took me a second to get it.
I really actually like the art style of Pretty Deadly, or at least
Yeah.
the cover art style, because we all know
Please
that-
don't be like Faith.
Please don't be like Faith, where the cover art is like beautiful, and then the art inside you're just like,
Why?
oh, you're not what I wanted.
The it's pretty similar. I think the cover
Oh,
is
that's good.
slightly more detailed, I think, than what you see inside. But it's
And I
not too
totally
dissimilar.
expect that, and that's fine. It's just
Oh, yeah,
that Faith was really, really dissimilar.
Yeah, that's more what I mean. Like, Faith was very different to like
The cover.
to the cover art. Like, the cover art was very different stylizing to like the actual art in the book.
Yep.
Nope, that's not what I wanted.
Stop recording now.
Oh yeah, we finished
Is
but
that how you
didn't
spell
stop.
wonderful?
Yes, that is how I would spell wonderful.
Naomi's busy.
It's all pun and games.
Creating. It's all fun and
Oh.
games until someone loses an eye.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Oh, that could be December's. Or sorry, November's, because October has 5 Sundays.
Ooh.
He gets 2. I think because when we get to the end of the year, we'll want to have a couple of Sundays free. So, like,
Yeah, it gets a bit busy. And we're away for one of those weeks as well in December for a holiday too. So
Oh yeah, we went ahead and booked the trivia table because I checked, and when I went to it said this afternoon that there were 2 full tables left, and when I checked it this evening, it said that all the tables were sold out. But on the little map of the seating arrangement, there's like a full table that was empty, so I just went and booked them as individual seats.
Oh.
So hopefully you guys can come.
if I can't, because we can't do babysitting, Kirsten can. That's for sure. I'll make it. I'll make sure she comes.
I'll check with Mum, but if we could ask her if they could just have a sleepover at her place because she can't drive to ours.
We'll work it out.
How's she
We'll
doing?
just have to see if she feels up to it. She reckons she's fine.
Yeah, your mum always reckons she's fine.
I know.
She had. Was a neurologist actually went in today?
The neurologist talked to her today.
So-
It was a stroke.
Yeah, it was a stroke.
Okay, well, at least you know. Like,
Yeah,
you're
not
sitting there
not the full
not
on like
The
lose
only
lose
symptom
your
she had was that
the
she
vision
lost
loss.
her vision.
yeah. So the mini strokes they've got a fancy medical term, but that's what it was. The vision problems that go along with those tend to resolve themselves naturally, as the excess blood is reabsorbed into the body normally. But I think the main worry for us is possibly it can be a precursor to a full stroke.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a worry. But
I'm teaching Xander how to call triple O today.
yeah, it's like gone into full on. Okay, if grandma keeps looking after the kids, we need to train Xander to be able to call.
Yeah, that's something he might have to do. Have to do. Yeah.
Which you probably should know anyway.
You should know, but
Yeah.
So that's now becoming a thing. But otherwise, she she herself says she feels fine, and she's just like can't wait to get out of there. So
Of course.
we'll just see what happens. But
she can't drive
she
for 4
can't drive 4 weeks.
And in that 4, like she has to take the test again and pass it before she can drive. But not any sooner than 4 weeks.
You guys hear that?
Yeah, not any sooner than 4 weeks.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just cross some fingers that it's nothing more serious. It doesn't lead to anything else. Because people do have them sometimes, and nothing else.
Yeah, like it does happen. So
yeah,
and it was
right after you had that surgery, so that could also be playing a part too.
Yeah. Oh, Naomi, do you want to take it off of live?
Yeah.
Hi to everyone watching the conversation.
Hey, Sarah, I hope you enjoyed tonight's ramble. And if anyone else got this far, I hope you enjoyed it. If you feel like you want to join us, you should definitely join us. We're on LUD at Facebook. So we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.